Crazy things are happening in Pokemon VGC, but what it means is Verlicify always right. Hacking gives an insurmountable advantage in competitive Pokemon, and all the top players in VGC are just no-skilled cheaters, and now we have Pokeaim just jumping into VGC and then getting top 8 for his first event in 8 years, going from Smogon OU singles to VGC doubles, and then just getting a top 8. We've kind of seen something like this already because, oh, it's that guy again, Michael, just making the jump from Smogon and then getting second place at the 2023 World Championships. And then, I don't remember anyone talking about this, but he also got top 4 at 2024. How does anyone praise Wolf when this dude's getting like first place at regionals, a lot of top finishes, and then back-to-back top 4 at Pokemon Worlds? Now, it doesn't mean anything, but what it shows is all these top players are just long-confirmed cheaters. Oh, there's Eric Rios. He got busted with Alex during an event after getting signed by movie star Koi. So, all kinds of weird things happening, and then Pokeaim coming in. But here's the interesting thing. Huge thanks to I'm a Blissey for catching all my Pokemon. So, what it shows is that putting no work into your Pokemon team, just having a complete competitive ready team gifted to you without any work, is such a massive advantage that any mid player can just show up and get top 8 at VGC. That's how bad it is in competitive Pokemon right now. And here's the plot twist. When I first heard about this story, I wasn't planning on accusing I'm a Blissey of cheating Pokeaim's team. I'm just saying that the end result is no different than cheating, and Wolf actually proves that himself, because the largest Pokemon creator, or the largest VGC player, can't obtain Pokemon from other people without them being cheated. This happened multiple times with his Player Cup 2 Moltres, and his 25th anniversary invitational team, which has multiple hatched Pokemon on this. And then to never get caught by this method again, Wolf now commissions hackers to data mine his Pokemon so he can see if there's anything wrong with it before using them at an event. So it takes exceptional circumstances like 2 of the most well-known Poketubers collabing together to have a team made between them. Yet, even with that, it can't be done without cheating, and that's actually documented on I'm a Blissey's channel, because this dude is one of the biggest bad actors in Pokemon. I would have to put them at slightly less evil than WolfClick, because I've already done multiple videos exposing them. We have their big, oh, but Wolf RNG'd his Raichu, so he didn't cheat. Well, 1, RNG is against the rules. 2, it actually didn't exist in Generation 6, or like during Generation 6's lifetime, which was admitted by Blissey. There was no RNG manips in Generation 6's lifetime. Weird that they lied by omission, not putting that in the video because it destroys the entire narrative. And then, since then, Blissey has said, yeah, this is what Wolf could have done, despite admitting that it actually didn't exist. It was impossible for Wolf to RNG the Raichu, so it's completely hacked. So Blissey's entire thing is being a cheater that lies about Pokemon accessibility. No, it's not $510 unfair to compete in competitive Pokemon, and even if it was, that still makes it cheaper and more accessible than all sports and virtually all esports. And the scenarios presented in his videos actually do not exist. There was never the case of someone that had to buy Pokemon Sword and Shield with DLC to get an Urshifu to use inside of competitive Pokemon for their first event. God forbid that a Pokemon player has to buy and play Pokemon games to compete for tens of thousands of dollars in prize money. Competitive Pokemon is a full-time job if you don't cheat. Yes, that's true of literally every competitive discipline ever. If you don't make it into a full-time job, actually, you need to make it more of a full-time job. You need to dedicate everything in your life to that sport, or you're never even going to become semi-pro, and you're not even going to be a successful amateur. So yeah, the entitlement in Pokemon is insane, but also just like the lies and cheating inside of Pokemon is also crazy. So Blissey's doing more of that. How do I know? Well, you watch the live stream where, here's a transfer Pokemon. 6 IV, pre-Generation 5 Pokemon, shiny. He just RNG'd, which is explicitly cheating, that it uses unauthorized third-party tools. There's a reason why Cybertron, Ray Rizzo, WolfClick, or any top VGC player has never admitted to using RNG manipulation for their competitive Pokemon in VGC, because it's clearly, easily against the rules. We got Rule 5, Section 3, use or facilitate the use of any unauthorized third-party software, bots, mods, hacks, scripts to modify or automate operation within the service, whether for yourself or for a third party. Wow. Unauthorized third-party software is forbidden. No hacking in a game, especially when it comes to like competition and prize money being on the line, but also decompose, disassemble, or reverse engineer any part of the service. which is why any form of RNG tools are explicitly against the rules, because, yeah, sure, you don't have to hack to get your RNG seed. Without the RNG tools reverse engineering the RNG of the game, you don't know when to land on that timing to get the actual 6 IV Pokemon. Which is also why Rule 4.3 remains undefeated. The use of external devices, such as a mobile app, to modify or create items or Pokemon in a competitor's battle team is expressly forbidden. Competitors found to have Pokemon or items that have been tampered with may receive disqualification, regardless if they were traded for. So that's also why Wolf is still a cheater regardless, and then it just keeps on happening. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't know these Pokemon were hacked. I'll do better next time. Sorry guys, I didn't know these Pokemon were hacked. I'll do better next time. It just keeps on happening because Wolf is deliberately using hacked Pokemon since he's just a cheater and always has been. So yeah, the stream has all kinds of dubious stuff going on, and then the end result is a Pokemon home transfer where we see, oh yeah, that's just a RNG shiny Giraffe Rig and then the shiny Ho-Oh that has perfect IVs. Or at least 5 IVs, but still not possible. Then we also have cheating for the items through item printer RNG manipulation, which again violates the TOS and the rules because you can't have any illegitimate items as well as Pokemon. So yeah, wow, all these streams are actually just showing the cheating process for getting Pokeaim's team and the many hours that it took. All that time saved that no other competitor is spending time on either. So it's not like, yeah, but all these other top players have people getting Pokemon for them too, or they don't have to spend time, especially Wolf. No, all the Pokemon are cheated or hacked in some way. Like I said, when I first heard about this, it's like, okay, cool, Blissey legitimately got a team for Pokeaim. The point still stands that being able to skip that much time gives you a massive enough advantage to just do incredibly well in regionals, even though no one else is doing it. But actually turns out, yeah, even with this help, even with this collab, everyone is still cheating. Cool. Now we can also see the Pokemon community going crazy for Joey because, yeah, the Showdown player is now getting top 8 or maybe even taking the whole thing for Pokemon VGC. Then we got this reply, regional winner giveaway with Blissey's OT would go crazy, but again, just the derangement of the Pokemon community to not accept like cheating and hacks. And I said this before the investigation to find out, oh wait, Pokeaim's team was actually cheated anyways. Because the point was just getting your team instantly is that much of a massive advantage in Pokemon, and we can also just kind of see the numbers right here for the team coming together. And even this wasn't legitimate. The item printer, so saving the hours there. Whatever else has happened on the save file, all that other buildup is just discounted. And then, yeah, Pokeaim doesn't have to do that. He gets 8th. Wow. Cheating gives an advantage in Pokemon. Who would have guessed? But then the derangement, that the Pokemon community cannot be honest. What did bro mean by this? That if you are just given a team, you're going to do better. Because time is an objective competitive advantage. More time to practice. Less energy spent on the team means you are going to do better with the massive advantage that no legitimate player can have. Also, it's an infinite resource advantage. So yeah, what it proves, everyone's always cheating, Pokemon community cannot cope, Verlicify always right. I am definitely going to be sending a report to Pokemon support about this one because, like, it's as blatant and obvious as it gets. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.